Okay, so we are back with leg workout number 2. I have no idea what's going to happen today. When I'm on the way back from a long layoff, or especially a new strength cycle, which I haven't done in a very long time, I have like a baseline on what I want to get back to. So I think for me, 8 reps on 4 plates, which is 180 kg on the squat, is a good baseline. When I get back to there, I can then start to program. At the minute, I have a rough idea of 3 sets of 5 in my head, and every week the goal is to keep bettering my best. So last week, I believe it was a 100 kg. This week, I'll see what I can do. Things staying exactly the same. There's no knee sleeves, there's no belts, nothing added just yet. And what I'm doing right now, if you're thinking, what is this guy doing on the floor like this? I'm rocking side to side, and I am just warming up my ankles. Many people don't do this. Now, I have ordered a better lens. Well, it's not better, but it's a wider lens than the one I've got at the minute. So, at the minute, you guys are gonna be seeing some part of my body, not all of it, and I'm having to duck and dive around to get in shot for this next couple of videos. But then after that, it will be wide zoomed, so you should be able to see all of it. I will look smaller, but who cares? So yeah, that's coming soon. Should be here today, actually. Hopefully today or tomorrow. I'll figure out how to use it, and then we can start recording the full body. That way you guys will be able to see a little technique a little bit more as well. It won't just be me talking, you'll be able to see more of the technique. What I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and why I'm doing it. And that there is just to build, help ankle flexibility and stability. Now, another thing, I normally do this stood up, but I'll do it sat down today, is you have to warm up your shoulders. And when I mean warm up, I'm talking shoulder stability and mobility. So you have to do this kind of stuff. You can use a band when doing this if you're not as flexible. I try to get this is kind of a, let's have a look. That's how, just a bit above my belly button, that's how high the stick is. So it's a very small stick. Everyone will have one, at least different size. Just an old broomstick. Make sure you get one. That's all it is, just an old broomstick. It is so vital for shoulder health, this. I'm going to do a whole video on why this is important for shoulder health, but it is the best thing for shoulder health. There's so much you can do with it. Like, this, for example, is just great. Great for a warm-up. Just doing that. Look what I'm doing here. The torque on my shoulder there is just unreal. So I will do a couple of these, and you're just putting yourself, and I actually learned this from, I think this was the Olympic lifting guys, so Klokov and some of the old power lifters. I don't know if you guys know Misha is, but this is where this comes from. Really, really old warm-up techniques. This was nothing new, but it's the old school stuff that works. I like it, and yeah, there's loads of stuff out there that's new school as well, which I haven't really learned. I am going to start doing a little bit of research into the new school way of Olympic lifting, powerlifting as well. Things have moved on, things have got better, but I do know that the way I've been doing it works, and the way I know it works is because, one, I've been strong, I can get strong again, and injury-free. So if you cover those bases, what else is there to cover? Of course you can always learn new techniques. Of course you can always go out there and see what else there is. Obviously you have to learn. There was a time where I never knew this and I thought I knew everything. So you have to learn at all times. So this is like, I think they call it a shoulder dislocation. So it's very simple. You hold onto the bar on either end, and you just kind of like dislocate your shoulder from the back. Now, if you guys are very flexible, you can bring the ball back as well that way. But me, I can only do them one way for now. Or at least I like to do them only one way. Also, what you could do, let me just show you guys, is you could use a band like this This is a very old band. I do remember buying it as well. I don't even know if this company's still around. It's got here, is it Pullum Sport? How crazy is that? Yeah, I don't even know. But back in the days, before all these companies and Amazon started selling powerlifting equipment, the only real place you could get it was Pullum Sport. And then obviously Strength Shop came in with all the China stuff. But Pullum Sport was all imported stuff from America. And yeah, man, it was good. It was good. It was very hard to get hold of stuff those days. And this band, believe it or not, Pullum Sports, the Strength Sport Specialist, that's what it says on it. And I have had this band for probably, how long have I had it for? When did I buy it? When I opened that gym, 2012. So 11 years. No, yeah, 11 years I've had this band for. 11 years, and it's great to do this kind of stuff with, these kind of warm-ups. I know, guys, if you're watching this, just bear with me on the camera angles. You're going to be able to see full camera soon. And then we can really get into the tutorial side of stuff. But hopefully, if you follow me, should really have a basic understanding of what this is. Okay, so now you've done that, another thing to warm up your shoulders. I don't know what you call this stuff, but it works. So I'm just holding like a shoulder width grip, getting close to the bar, pushing into it, and just coming under. And this really, again, really warms up that shoulder joint, elbows, kind of helps you build that front rack. If you were a front squatter, then it'd be great. But I'm not that flexible. I'd like to be, I can be, but as everything in life, as with everything that you do in life, the more you do it, the better you will get. So I suppose if I were to do this more often, and not just before a warm-up for legs, I would obviously get better at it. And like I said, you can use that rule for anything in life. Anything in life. You're gonna start, it's gonna be shit, you're gonna suck, you're gonna think this is no good, I'm not making any progress, I don't know what's going on here, there's so many people out there that are better, everybody else seems to be doing it a little bit easier, everyone else seems to be doing it a little bit more fluid, when they're doing it, it looks better, I'm so shit at the minute, I don't know when it's ever gonna work, I don't know when it's ever gonna be right, I don't know when I'm gonna get out of this rut, could be anything, literally. It can be like trying to get a job, trying to open a business, you know, you look at other people's business and you think, damn, that guy's got a queue outside his shop, you know, he's selling so much product on Amazon and he's traveling to China every 3 months, getting product, he's doing this, he's doing that, and then it's only until you put yourself in those uncomfortable situations that you're gonna be like, actually, do you know what? I'm not that bad. And I'm better than I was 6 months ago, 1 year ago, 2 years ago. Like, imagine me when I made my first YouTube video. I was like, I was good at speaking, so naturally I was a good speaker. But I didn't have the skill of the mechanics on how the cameras work, the angles work. I still don't, to be honest with you, I'm no expert, but I do put content out there and I don't care about what people see of me or hear or how I sound. It doesn't matter to me, I don't give a shit. You know, I'm not one of those people who really cares. I don't edit, I don't cut, I don't retake, I don't have great lighting, but that's me, that's my personality. But the thing I'm trying to say is I've got better at making videos. I know how to, you know, put them out there, I know how to, kind of like, not script it, but almost like, what do people want to see? What is it that people want to see? What can I show them? As long as they're learning something, then that's good enough for me. I have knowledge in my head, which I've never really shared with many people, other than if they've come to the gym, let me share my knowledge. So I've got better at doing something for a longer period of time. And with anything, if you want to start today, like I had a couple of guys recently inbox me about, I want to start YouTube, what should I do? And I'm like, bro, I ain't no expert, but I will tell you one thing, if you want to start, post a video. That's how you start. You want to get good at the gym? Just start doing it. And guess what? Your first video is going to be shit. Your first squat session is going to be shit. Your first warm-up is going to be crap. You know, you're not going to gain any muscle. You're not going to get good at this shit straight away. But you have to start. That's the main thing. You've got to start with anything in life. There is this old saying that when is the best time to plant a tree? And the answer number one is the best time to plant a tree is 5 years ago. Let's just say, for example, 5 years ago was the best time to plant a tree. Well, when's the second best time to plant a tree? Today. So plant that tree, or the seed, not the tree. It's always the seed. So yeah, you have to plant the seeds. Without the seeds, ain't nothing gonna grow. Okay, so I've warmed up my lower body, I've warmed up my upper body. Let's get into the squat session. Now this is very key. If you are squatting, do not, I repeat, do not wear a jacket when you are squatting. It's the stupidest thing to do. Do not wear anything thick. Do not wear a jumper. Do not wear anything. You need a thin t-shirt or do it topless. But we ain't ready for the topless action right now. That is what you should be wearing when squatting. Not a hoodie. You want the bar to feel your back. You want the bar to fall in to your back. And always start a little bit wider on the grip because your shoulders are still not that warmed up yet. Now this is going to be the first set of warm-ups and it's always a bit shit because the flexibility is just not there, but you do your best. And every rep and set, you fall into the groove better. So, where my hands are, where the rings are, the ring is, I'll put my index finger on the ring to start with. And then after every single set, I will put my middle finger. Then I'll put my ring finger. Eventually, I'll put my pinky on the inside of that ring, which means I'm starting here and then I am coming closer and closer and closer, which means that the tighter I am here, the more of a shelf I can build with my traps for the bar to rest into, to sit into, and the more secure I am. Elbows are going to be in. They might not look like they're in, but you've got to try to push them in as much as possible. So the conscious effort always has to be there. Whether it looks like that to the untrained eye or not, you should be feeling it. You should be squeezing the bar. You should be pulling your elbows in. I'm just going to do another warm up with now my middle finger is going to be on the ring. So when I'm doing two exercises, and that's squats and deadlifts, I don't tend to drink a lot of water. I don't tend to chug water like I do in the rest of the sessions, like if I'm doing bench or when I'm doing other exercises, I will down water. But when I'm doing this, when I'm doing deadlifts, I'll just tend to sip. I don't know why. I just feel if I'm drinking too much water in squat and deadlift, I feel like it's coming out. So I try not to go overboard with the water. So that one felt a little bit better. I am going to probably do another warm up or two on that same weight before I move on to 100. Couple of things. I still have a slight little twinge in this right delt. I think I need it massaged out because it's not in the rotator cuff. I figured that out. It's more here, which I kind of try and, I suppose someone's gonna have to really get dug deep in there and figure it out what it is. Okay, one other thing I just mentioned about water, drinking water, feeling a little bit sick, not trying to chug too much of it, only having little sips when I'm doing deadlift and I'm doing squats. But the other thing as well I wanted to say today is a Monday. And I don't train legs on a Monday or anything like that. It just happens to fall on a Monday today. I have a 4-day split and I just keep rotating it depending on whatever day. Doesn't mean dick to me. But today, because on Monday, normally on a Sunday for me is like a cheat day. I'll eat whatever on the whole day. I'll literally make it a point to go out and eat garbage. And the reason for that is because I want to like reset my system. Monday's always like diet starts Monday. And then in the midweek, Wednesday's like a high day for me. And then like Sunday's another high day with a cheat day. And most of my clients, you understand, if you follow me, you'll know what high and low means. And that's how I normally do it. But today I've done leg squats, empty stomach, no breakfast, no nothing. All I did was I drank 1 litre of water, had my vitamins, had my minerals. Oh, I forgot to jab today, see? I was supposed to take my TRT today. I've loaded the pin as well and I forgot. So what happens when you forget? It doesn't matter. You just go and you just do it when you finish training. So it's okay. But I normally always inject after I do my morning cardio. So I'll do my morning cardio. Then I'll have my pins next to me. That's when I inject. So Monday, Thursday for me. And today, because I didn't do my morning cardio, because I just felt I was full from the night before, I thought, I'm going to go out and hit a squat session and get everything out of my system. I've got a busy day today. I've got quite a few things to do. So I like to get the gym out of the way, then it's done. Then I'm not playing catch up for the rest of the day. I don't mind playing catch up on other things, but this is very important, especially since I've been neglecting it so long. So doing this first, empty stomach, and it's okay to do that. There's nothing wrong with it. Train empty stomach, try it, see what happens. You know, you might like it, you might feel it's better. When I was in Thailand, I was training empty stomach every single day. Yeah, I just felt it was a better schedule for me, it was a better setting for me, because if I had a meal and I got back home and I started doing some editing, some recording, then I went back to the gym again. The gym was really busy at that time. I don't like crowded gyms, hence why I have my own. I don't like crowded gyms, and also it was very hot at that time of the day in Thailand for some reason. In certain countries, I'm sure if people live in hot countries, they'll know this, but the middle of the day is the hottest. So if you go in early morning, or if you want to go and train, you want to go train in the evening. Now, the middle of the day is the hottest, and I suppose, you know, for some reason, in that particular gym, it's very busy as well. So I didn't like it at that time. But still, great gym, one of the best gyms I've trained in all over the world. And that's because they hardly play the music loud. In fact, they don't play the music loud at all. It's easy because everyone's recording, so you don't feel like an idiot with your tripod out. Now, I know some gyms have tripods out, and there's certain members that don't like it, and that's fine. That's good. I wouldn't particularly like recording in another gym, which is why, again, I go and do it in my own space, my own privacy. I can do what the hell I want here. I can shout, I can scream, I can play loud music. No one can do dick. I can even train barefoot, but guess what? I don't, because you shouldn't train barefoot. Okay, one more set on this. So just chatting to my British brothers right now. It's a very strange day today in the weather, isn't it? I don't know about you guys, where you live. Where I live, it's sunny and it's freezing cold, just like every other day in the UK. Crazy place for weather. And that's why we talk about it so much for those people not from the UK watching this. It's our most discussed topic of the weather. Okay, so this is 100 kg right now. I did this again last week for 3 sets of 5, so this should fly up today. And if it does, then I might go, will I go 140? No, we'll take it easy. We'll go 120 and then we'll see how it feels. Heavy, that's how it feels. So yeah, not too bad actually. A lot better than I thought it will go. That was okay. Didn't feel too bad in the end. And just one thing I want to mention, I don't know if you guys watched the deadlift video last week when I mentioned how it's one of the lifts that doesn't give you a checklist. It doesn't allow you to know what's coming, what's happening. It's from 0 to 100 in one go. Bam. You've got to be switched on, mentally alert. So the other thing as well with squats, not only does it tell you when to switch on by placing the bar load on your back, but let's say, for example, today I wanted to not squat 150 kilogram or 200 kilogram. I wanted it to feel what it was like. I would take a heavier load and walk it out. So for example, when I was at my peak, let's say 260 squatting, I was squatting 260. I would load out 300 kg on the bar. It's a lot of weight. You'd make sure you have a lot of spotters with you, because there wasn't in a squat rack. I was in a squat. That was in a squat. What is it? Like a squat frame? Yeah, squatting bars. You know what I'm trying to say. There's no safety point, is what I'm trying to say. There's no safeties. You need spotters. And we used to load up the weight. So what you do is, in this instance, let's say let's say you were 260 squatter, you'd put on 300 kg, and you'd just unrack it, and you'd feel it there on your back. You might just unrack it and just wait there. Just little partials, not even partials, like 10%, up and down, that's all you do, and then you rack it. If you got confident with that and you got comfortable, you could then unrack it, take a step back, take another step back, and then just play about with it here, mid-range, just for a little bit. Just play about, hop about here and there, just maybe take it past a little bit of 10, 20%. And what that does is it lets your nervous system know what time it is. Because when you place this heavy weight on your back, your nervous system's in a big shock. So that lets you know, okay bro, this is what's happening, this is what's coming, be prepared for it. Now you wouldn't squat heavy in that session. You would never do a nervous system priming workout and then squat heavy. What we do is, you do the nervous system priming workout, and then the week after, or the week 2 or 3 weeks after, that's when you do the heavy squat. Okay, so I'm finding my groove there now. I'm really finding that sweet spot I was talking about, where it's automatic. Your body tells you how far to go down, when to reverse, when to get ready, when to get set. There's no mirror. You never use a mirror for this like this. In fact, I don't even have any mirrors in here right now, but I will be buying a mirror for the wall there for when I'm doing shoulder press. That's the only time I look in the mirror. And of course, bicep curls. But other than that, you need to listen to your body, be one with it, especially when you're squatting. It's a lot of weight on your back. Keep upright. So, not that you guys are going to be paying attention this much, but if you compare this lift to last week's lift, it's way more upright, way more stable. So I might not be doing more weight and more reps, but I'm hammering down that technique to the point where it's becoming perfect. And maybe not this week or the week after that. Eventually it will happen where my body's like, right bro, we're ready. You're good to go. When I get that signal from my body, I'm good to go, then I can really start loading the weight, 140, 180, 220. I'll really start loading it. It will come really quick. So don't think that in a new strength cycle or even in an old strength cycle, someone like me who's already been to a good standard, oh, you're doing 100 kg, then you're gonna do 120, 140, 160. It doesn't work like that. When you could do 100 kg over and over again for weeks, and your body lets you know, okay bro, now you're ready, and then you'll jump from 100 to 140, 180, 220 very rapidly because your body's primed. This is the important bit of it, and this is like with any analogy that you could use. Build a foundation. You're building a house, focus more on the foundation. It takes longer to dig out the foundation, to lay those bricks, to let them set, than to build the whole structure of the house. And then obviously the intricate details here and there, you know, can just be added as and whenever. So for squats, build the foundation. Take your time. Do not rush this exercise. So I'm going to do one more set on this, which is going to be another set of 5, and hit that sweet spot. I might, in fact, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm not going to do any other set. I'm going to let my body adapt into this weight first, comfortably, successfully, with precision, perfection, perfect precision is what I'm going to let my body adapt to. No sloppy form, no sloppy reps, no sloppy technique. Everything has to be perfect. This isn't bicep curls, this isn't tricep extensions, this is squats. And if there's anything you do not want to be sloppy in, that's squats and sloppy seconds. You don't want sloppy seconds either. Never had them, but they ain't good. But that's a video discussion topic for another video. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on at the minute. A lot of that going on. Anyway, if you guys want any dieting advice, I could give you dieting advice. I don't really like talking about it much, but maybe I might open up a little bit more about that kind of side of stuff. You guys know what I used to do for a living, and if you don't, go right back to the start of my page and you'll know exactly what I used to do for a living. And if you've done that job for a living, you'll know a thing or two about women. Trust me, both my jobs. And if those people who haven't followed me for a while want to know and don't want to go back into the archives, I used to work the doors as a bouncer, which teaches you a lot about women. But then also, I used to work in a great gentleman's establishment known as, in the UK, the brothel, the brass house. And the amount of stuff that I've seen in there, let's just say the stuff I put on YouTube was PG. And the stories that I actually have in here, and I've told to my friends, or those people who are with me to bear witness, the horrors of a brass house. Wow, that is a side of the world many don't ever get to see. Many will never experience, many will never even believe that that kind of shit happens. And then to top that off, I've been to many places in the world where they have the largest brass houses. Thailand being one of them. Pakistan, yes, Lahore being one of them. The largest in the world. And it's amazing when you see that kind of stuff. You think, what the hell is this? But again, like I said, that's a topic we can discuss on another day. If people want to hear that more about that kind of stuff, let me know in the comments below. If you've made it this far in the video, please subscribe as well. But comment down below if you want to see more stuff about the brass house, or you want to hear more stuff, because I have got some stories, bro, that, like I said, you probably won't even be able to share on here. But anyway, yes, I know how the human psyche works. Let's just say that. Much easier, much more comfortable, feel better, feel more confident. That's a good session, that's a good squat session right there. Did a little bit of a rookie error today, a bit of a rookie mistake. All the batteries, I've got 3 batteries for my Sony a7 IV, and I thought I had them on charge, but the USB in the back, because I've just moved my desk around, wasn't connected, so they never charged, and this one just ran out, which was on the other camera. And this is a different camera. I haven't used this Sony camera in a while. I don't even know what it is. ZV-1. It's one of the vlogging kind of cameras. So you can't see the whole leg workout, unfortunately. What I did was very simple. I did some deadlift, yeah, stiff-legged deadlift. I then went and did some lunges. I went and did some lunges, some single-leg lunges, Bulgarian squats. Yeah, single-leg lunges, walking back and forwards. I did Bulgarian squats, I did hip thrusts, and that's about it. And now I've just done some biceps, so I'm gonna do, not my normal bicep workout, but I've just done some bar curls. I'm gonna show you these, a set of these. I normally do these seated, so this is why I'm sat here. Very simple, like this. Now, a lot of people think that, oh, you're not getting a full range of motion with this. Your biceps not getting grown. You're not fully growing your biceps. Shut up, bro. Just listen. Do these. You can normally do these on a EZ bar as well. I, just for time saving today, I'm doing them on the cables that I've bought, because I might as well put them to use. This cost me so much. I'll put them on there. But yeah, normally, let me tell you the idea of this then. If you are doing standing barbell curls once a week, that's fine. You go all the way down, all the way up, that's fine. You're already building that length and range. When you're doing dumbbell curls, all the way down, all the way up. So we're already building that length range. Now when we do hammer curls, same again, all the way down, all the way up. So you're doing enough in a week to build that little portion down there. When you're doing deadlifts, you know, you're holding everything, it's all tight, everything's getting built. So I don't feel that when you need to do preacher curls, you need to go all the way down because you are in fear of, you know, tearing that bicep, especially with even a little bit of load. We've seen it many times. Just go on YouTube, Google bicep tear, and you'll see which exercises the bicep gets teared in. Sometimes it's the deadlift, sometimes it's the preacher curl. Very, very common injury. So why would I want to do that? It's just too much of a dangerous position to be stretching out your bicep in. Now, what about these? Are these a dangerous position? No, of course they're not. You can stretch, but I'm doing seated at the minute. And the reason for seated is there's a dead stop at the bottom and you can use maximum load at the top. So we're not training the lower portion of your bicep. We're just training the upper portion. When I mean upper portion, that doesn't mean we're just training this. All of it's getting the work because your genetics depend on, your genetics determine the shape and the structure of your biceps. There is no way of building a peak. There's no way of building shape. You can build thickness. Yeah, I believe you can make your biceps a little bit thicker, but if you want the Arnold Schwarzenegger peak, you cannot build it, bro. It's impossible. My biceps are like flat. Like if you were to compare, I'm not comparing my biceps to any professional bodybuilders out there, but if you was to say like who didn't have a peaky bicep, someone like Kevin Levrone. Kevin Levrone didn't have a peaked up bicep. You know, there's many guys out there that never had peaky biceps. And some people do. Some people have round, full biceps. Some people have short biceps. Chris Bumstead is a guy who has terrible arms for a Mr. Olympia. The worst arms, but good enough to win a show. But what do I not like about his arms? They're not full. They're not all the way. They don't start there. They start around about here. And when he contracts, they look different. They look different. They look weird. Maybe not different, but they look weird. So everyone's bicep is a little bit different, but you can kind of see what I'm trying to go with this. If we were to use Chris Bumstead's workout, if we were to use Arnold Schwarzenegger's workout, would our arms look like him? No. Your genetics determine that. There are guys out there who don't lift weights and direct bicep work and tricep work, guys who do calisthenics and stuff like that. They have their own shaped biceps. That's just the way it is. Now, if they went to do bodybuilding, that shape would stay with them. So you cannot shape your bicep. There is no way of shaping a bicep. Yes, you can make it bigger. You can make a bicep appear bigger by doing certain things. Everything's a little bit different. Do not ever look at another guy's arms and think, I want arms like that. I want to get thick arms like that. I mean, even like forearms, for example. My forearms are really thick. Hardly ever train my forearms. They're as rock, as solid as steel, mate, to be honest with you. But my dad's forearms are big. It's genetics. Everyone in, you know, my dad's side of family has very big forearms. And yes, my cousins and that, they work on the steel, you know, the labor force out in Saudi Arabia, and they're out in the oil rigs and stuff that they're always, you know, cranking and doing stuff. But you look at their forearms, they've got big, solid forearms. My dad used to work in the steel factories. He's got big, solid forearms. I don't know how far back that goes or that comes from, but these genetics matter. These things matter. People dismiss all this kind of stuff. It 100% matters, and then some. So you cannot, sorry for going on a rant there, but you cannot pick your bicep shape. You can pick the size, but you cannot pick the shape, the genetic, the structure. You cannot do it. I'm trying to put content out there where I speak to you guys and I share you the tips and tricks about building a physique and longevity, but I also want to share with you my workouts because I want to show you exactly what I do in the gym and how hard and easy it is at times. It's not always 100% go, 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 you know? Yes, I want to show you the journey to build back up, and this is why it's a great series for you guys to follow, because I'm not showing you me at peak. I'm not showing you me doing 260 squats. I'm not showing you me doing 300 kg deadlifts. I'm not showing none of that. I'm showing you me as a normal guy going to the gym, like a normal beginner now. So I'm technically a beginner. Okay, I'm going to progress a lot quicker than most guys. That's because I've paid my dues and I've earned the stripes. But it's a great thing to follow along, to see how it happens, to see if it does actually happen. Hold me accountable, you know? I could be talking here, bro. I could be just chatting shit, saying, I'm going to deadlift 260. I'm going to squat 220. Could be chatting shit, bro. Hold me accountable. if you want, hold me accountable. That's why I'm doing it anyway. I'm holding myself accountable. That's why I'm saying these things on camera, because I'm holding myself accountable. And yeah, also my gym's almost complete. Almost complete. We're waiting for a couple of other things. When it's done, I will be showing you a tour of my gym, show you exactly how much everything costs. And yeah, that's it, bro. Leg workout and a bit of biceps. Comment down below, like, and please subscribe.